Fabian Picardo said there's no evidence of any community transmission in Gibraltar, with our active cases appearing to originate in the UK. The Chief Minister said there are currently only 5 active cases locally, 2 residents and 3 visitors, but he highlighted that the situation in the UK, Spain and Morocco is of concern.
We believe that the first 5 active cases of COVID that we have in Gibraltar this month originate in arrivals from the United Kingdom. We're also aware of almost 300 clusters active in Spain. 34 of those clusters of COVID-19 are in Andalusia. Many of us are or will be spending time in the UK, Andalusia or Portugal in coming weeks. The latest clusters reported are in Sevilla and Córdoba, many linked to family parties and youngsters going out at night. Morocco remains in public health lockdown until the 10th of August.
He referred back to the metaphor used by the Public Health Director, that Gibraltar could be seen as a dry bush between raging fires. There'll be another press briefing on Friday to give further updates on whether Gibraltar will indeed remain in Phase 6 of its unlocking. Mr. Picardo says he doesn't envisage a further lockdown or any issues at the frontier and hopes that we don't need to move back beyond Phase 6.
I know people and businesses need to plan. I will there share with you that the advice we are receiving at the moment is not to move to unlocking. We are likely to hold at Phase 6 with certain modifications.
In respect of the quarantine imposed on travellers from Spain, the Chief Minister said his government is in fluid communication with the UK Transport Ministry about the impact the measure could have on Gibraltar.
We've now had 1 full day of operation of Gibraltar Airport since those restrictions came into effect at midnight on the 26th of July, which was midnight on Sunday morning. Those travelling from Gibraltar Airport have not been subject to the quarantine because they arrive from Gibraltar. Gibraltar remains exempted. But you're asked to fill in a questionnaire. And if you say that you've been in Spain in the last 14 days, then you are required to carry out the quarantine when you arrive in the United Kingdom. So those who have been only in Gibraltar in the relevant period are being told they don't need to carry out the quarantine on arrival in the United Kingdom. So we are just seeking to confirm that that will continue to be the case, but at the moment that is the position. And therefore, in our view, that fairly reflects that Gibraltar Airport should not be used as a backdoor to the United Kingdom by those who have been in Spain, but that those who have not been in Spain and who are coming from Gibraltar, where the incidence of the virus is entirely low, and where the virus that we have detected has indeed arrived in Gibraltar from the United Kingdom, ironically, those are not going to be subject to the quarantine. If you are going to the UK and you don't want to quarantine, and if the position remains as it is today, make sure you haven't been to Spain in the 14 days before you travel to the United Kingdom.
And if a Gibraltar flight is diverted and passengers have to go by coach to Malaga, Mr. Picardo said quarantining upon arrival in the UK could be unavoidable.
Although our people are usually taken in a bus from Gibraltar to the airport, they are not taken directly to the aircraft. They do have to go through the airport. Applying the rules as we understand them to be, there would be no room for differentiated treatment if you were simply arriving from a diverted aircraft from Malaga.
He asked travellers filling in a form at the Gibraltar airport to be honest about whether or not they've been in Spain in the past 14 days.